Alright, so I've yet to play a record actually. Didge review. Last one I sold all the other ones I had. This is the last one, and I'm not gonna sell this one. This is the agave one. It's very light. It's got amazing back pressure, and it just sounds so right. And it's just so good. It's made out of agave. It's not traditional, of course. This one is traditional. It's very heavy. So I just ended up selling the other day to somebody. Down to one or two. Had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to play a didgeridoo with this instrument. This one. This is the thing that was actually created the sound of thunder, because it's a spring notes inside is actually sticking out. So it's time to push it in. Because of the design of this thing, just makes it the right instrument. Right? And it does sound, I'm assuming it's going to sound really, really Didge, but it has that really like, you know, that kind of sound. You just see the evolution. So it has that very let's see, bluegrassy tempo sound, which the didgeridoo sound really good with too. So if you can see it real quick. Meantime, this is my good friend that I brought in last night. You having a good time there, buddy? Yeah, he's here. He's talking before. He doesn't want to talk on camera because they've all had enough. God's had enough. Mother Earth's had enough. Sun's had enough. The trees have had enough of you and the cars. The spirits coming in that I was bringing in, they were all like, all right, this time we're gonna save the civilization, and now they're all like, you ain't got a chance now. That's what they're telling me. That's what they're telling me. I told them this a long time ago. I don't think there's something intrinsically wrong. And if it is a cap, that was some kind of cap that was put on the human soul. Same thing that was done to the Aquarian souls and all the other starseed souls that were brought down here. But if that cap, and that's what I was trying to, lift with that, because someone lifted that cap off of me, several months back, and. She did a ceremony. She did a formal healing based on like something that was put together and channeled, and I'm assuming, but also put together in such a way that it worked for me. Like right after that, I started like really getting information down this. But in my case, the information I got is that I don't have to like learn what she was doing and then try to duplicate and do it individually from the person. I got to make these videos and I have to do these things and speak a certain way and talk a certain way that will activate that starseed and lift that cap that's put on the soul. It's not going to work for the human souls, unfortunately. Not until there's enough of us out here, working together with our energy to break off those caps. These videos won't do that. Most human souls that watch these videos probably like, it's crazy. Oh, it's as hard as it's okay, but it's not it's not like it's not well produced. It's like they're not gonna make money off of it. That's what the human souls did. But the starseeds that watch these videos will get it. They'll understand what I'm saying to the point of like, oh my, it's kind of scary. I really believe in what you're saying, but there's like, what are we going to do about it? When you start feeling like that, then you know that you're a starseed, and you just need to lift that fear. They put that fear in all of us, man. That's why people don't understand. Like when I say day 1, day 2, and day 3, these are the days that I've stayed up without any sleep, or very little sleep, limited like an hour, 2 hours between. Day 1 guy, It's got 8 hours sleep the night before. He is so, he has so much worry about like making the bills, paying them, making enough money to pay his way through life and get the things that he needs and what's going to happen. Oh my God! And that's what human souls go through. So, oh my God, what am I going to do? That's day one guy. Day two guy starts to shed that, but still has a little bit enough of it that he won't go out and talk about it. He'll understand it. Day two, I've stayed up for 2 days with very little to no sleep. Day two guy. He didn't understand that. And he's like, damn, okay, let's just try doing something. You got any ideas? I don't know. But I'm with you, man. Fuck this shit. They put all this fear in me about not having enough to survive and not having enough that it's basically it's wasting each one of my lifetimes. Day two guy. Even though he knows that we're no longer from this program. We're not from this experiment. And don't worry, it wasn't done by aliens. It was done by your creator. Because just like a programmer creating an application, when you put the program in and you put the application, when you build that piece of software, you always put in fail-safes to be able to, there's going to be viruses every time, but how are they going to handle the viruses? Are they going to just freeze and then become, completely infected by the virus, and the whole computer it then becomes the virus, or the entire software becomes the virus, or is there fail-safes that when they start seeing that, red flags come up, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's fixed, the virus is removed. Call the virus guys, and then they come and remove it, whatever it is. But that's what software has to do, right? That's what human beings were expected to do, right? You have this thing like that is the Antichrist, that is the epitome of evil, that's the root of all evil. You have this thing called money that is enslaving humanity, enslaving every human being on this planet, and its plan was to completely occupy the planet and enslave every human soul that came in here, and exactly what it did. That was what you guys were supposed to do. We did it. The Mayans did it. Last one that I was in was the Mayans. We did it. I did it for many other tribal cultures. We did it because we understood. There was no money. Anything that was introduced that was valued more than human life would not be valued. Would not be accepted. It would be thrown out. But because money is more important than human life, right? Right now, we kill for it. We die for it. We slave our lives away, chasing it to our graves, hoping that we have enough of it to have a good life. And what if we don't? That's the thing that is the evil that is talked about. The root of all evil. It is literally causing every problem that we face as a civilization on this planet. Keep it and continue it, or remove it, and start new, the right way, which is the old way. Which is living in a society with no monetary system, nothing to value human life. Last time I talked to God, He said that we're priceless. Meanwhile, those establishments out there, the 1%, the billionaire class, the economists, and all the people that are pushing the economy as being so important that if we don't have the economy right, oh my God, we're just going to blow up. Those people are wrong. Those people are a tool for this tool of enslavement. Money is the new whip. So, I'm going to play the Didge along with this instrument, which I haven't named yet, because this is the only one that exists that I know of. I tried to look online for this thing, and it only shows the same thing, but it's the little metal piece sticking out, and when you like that, creates thunder. It's nice, we want to create thunder, but this, I mean, that sounds like a strumming guitar, right? Banjo. It's Aboriginal. Goes great with Didge. haven't played that guy in a while. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. But I got a 14-day extension on my on the whatever that's called, storage unit. So now I'm gonna try one around here, see if they'll accept me. And one of them has first month $1 thing. So I'll check my credit, set my bank card. Voila! I have a storage unit, and then I'll I guess I'll slowly either move the stuff from there back to this one down here, using the card that I have. Maybe I get a taxi. I don't know. Can't rent anything because credit isn't there. So yeah, credit, issues with money in any way, shape, or form. Valuing your, how much do you make? There's a raise of $15 an hour. Ooh, for minimum wage. All that would be gone because there'd be no need for it, right? Travel coaches didn't have any of this, man. Just study them. Look at them. I studied them, man. I saw why I was part of them. But now I understand why I studied them in this lifetime, because I need to remember where I was in past lifetimes. So now I look out into civilization. Just like the Bob Marley said, I look out into the civilization and you're like, wow, what the fuck is going on, man? This is so not right. Everything about the civilization is so not right. And the main reason it's so not right is because of the monetary system that we have in place. Oh, it's just something that we use for barter. No, it's not. It's a means to enslave. To have 2,000 billionaires control the fate of 7 billion poor and about $250 million middle class that are really just, they're just holding it up. They're just like the house slaves. They're just like keeping the slaves nice and quiet. They're the ones in the media and TV and everything, and they show you all these things, and you could be, and then be happy. We have a look at this new car and new kind of thing. You'll be able to afford it in in 20 years when we make a cheaper version of it for poor people. If not, until then, just watch us drive around in these things. It's great. It's like we're in the future and you're not. It's ridiculous, man. Every tribe knows, or every tribal culture knows, that every tribe member needs to be at an equal level. It's just like the body, right? The body, all the cells are healthy, right? Healthy cells, right? Healthy, the whole body is healthy cells, right? So when you start getting cells that are not healthy, imagine if only like the head part of the cells were healthy and the rest of the body was diseased and the cells were like all messed up and let's see, cancer ridden. Huh? How would the body survive? Huh? How does a civilization survive with 2,000 billionaires controlling the fate of humanity while 7 billion poor are fucking dying and not even knowing why they were here and what their purpose was? And why they needed to learn what they needed to learn and get the hell out of here, like school. Doesn't happen. Didn't happen. Still is not happening. Why? Because the 2,000 billionaires, the 1% we call the Occupy Wall Street, the 2,000 billionaires that control everything, those people, right, have convinced you that money is more important than your children, than your own lives. Money is more important than everything. Oh, money is more important than my children. I would defend my children against anything. It's like, yeah, all right, sure, okay. You're putting them into a school system that trains them to be slaves to corporations that make you think that you just work with us and we'll give you a triple bonus and blah blah blah, and then it's like until they don't need you anymore, and then they kick you out and they get the next young person to do the job, right? With limited jobs and there's limited money, and it's like, if none of that happened, all 7 billion people would be working on this planet. We would all be working 4 hours a day, right? to do whatever needs to be done to keep the planet. Two things. Two things are important. Nothing else is important. Nothing else is important. Right? You have the Ten Commandments. Two things. Take care of the planet, number one, because it is the car that we're driving. It is the train that we're on. It's the plane that we're on. It is the thing that is allowing us, the living organism that is much more evolved than us humans. Us humans, do we have a weather system? Do we have like water going through our bodies and fish? And do we have living organisms that we actually allow on our bodies? No, we have little, once in a while we get a tick or flea and we wipe it off, right? This living organism that is allowing us to live on it is much more advanced than us. So what makes us think that we have a right to fucking take a drill and drill inside of her and pull out her blood and stick it in our gas tanks? What? That is not common sense. That is stupidity. And that's what the civilization is running. Stupidity. Two things you need to do. Two things. Take care of the planet, mother, that is taking care of you, that's allowing you to live there, number one. And number two, well then, plant trees too that give you oxygen. Take care of them and stop wiping your asses with them, And number two, take care of each other as human beings. Because if one cell is right next to the other cell, do you think it's ignoring it? What? You have to earn your way just like I did to the other cell? No. Each cell is equal throughout the body. And every one of these cells in my body are working exactly the way they should be working, without any education, any like learning or domestication to become a little slave to somebody else's body, or to the cancer cells that want to come in here and take over my whole body. The cancer cells come in and say, "Hey, regular cell, come over, man. I'm gonna come on over on this side because we're gonna show you how like profiting and competing with all the other cells and then taking over the whole body makes us all stronger as a cancer body." And the regular cell goes, no, I'm gonna stay on this side, bro. You guys are crazy, dude. They're working on getting rid of you. What happened? You used to be so nice. What happened to you? Well, this is what cancer does, man. It makes me aggressive. It makes me, I want to profit off you. I want to compete with you. I want to take advantage of you, cell. I want to turn you into one of me, and then we can just take over the whole fucking body, instead of this stupid body, whatever it's doing, it's not doing the right thing. Says the cancer cell to the normal cell. And the normal cell stands there and goes like, oh my God, what are these? Now, let me tell you something straight. The natives that took care of this planet, the tribal cultures that I belong to and passed through in reincarnated lives, the natives of this planet that was taking care of it, right? Those are the normal cells, right? Guess what are the let's see, cancer cells of the civilization? Guess. Who wants to compete? Who wants to conquer? Who wants to take over, dominate, teach your children to profit and compete from each other and work up that ladder and, step on anybody you have to get that ladder and become one of us billionaires? Who? Those are the cancer cells. If we didn't have those cancer cells, we would all be working harmoniously along with the planet, the universe, everything around us. We'd all be working 4 hours. We wouldn't have to worry about losing a job because there is no money. Everybody gets a free middle class house or an apartment, whatever you want. It's middle class, equal though, equal in size, equal in shape, equal. The same. Instead of competing with each other, we all have one thing. Products, 10 toothpaste. No, what's the best one? Okay, let's all agree that's the best one. Make it in different colors, shapes, and sizes, and tastes, whatever. But let's do that instead of competing, because the reason we compete for things is because, the cheap stuff is for the poor people and the good stuff is for the rich people, right? And since the rich people control everything, world class controls everything in this world, everything. All of a sudden we have 10 toothpaste to pick from. Which one are we going to pick, honey, today? I don't know. How much money we have? Oh, shit. All right, let's go for the $3 one. That is competition. That is a competition. What's that saying? That is the mother of invention? No, it's not. Whatever it is, whatever you think competition is, it's nothing more. You want to compete in sports? Go ahead and have fun. Who gives a shit? I'm talking about as a civilization. I'm talking about things that we need to do. Then we'd all be working, 7 billion of us, right? We'd be working 4 hours a day, making the one good product in all different shapes and colors, and then we'd give it to each other for free. And you know what? Nobody would be going to jail to steal anything, because why would anybody want to steal anything of mine when they can go get it for free? It's like, hey man, I like that car, I'm gonna fucking take it from you, man. Why? You can go get one over there free. I can't? Yeah. Oh, did you just get out of jail? Oh man, they didn't tell you? Yeah, everything is free now, bro. I'm sorry. And we're sorry we threw you in there because of the money. Because, you know, money should be in prison. Money is the cause of everyone's, most of those crimes people committed to get behind, you know, because we thrown into a cage. As a civilization, you throw human beings in a cage. You think there's a guy out there that wants you to do that? Instead of just sharing with them? And giving them everything they need so they don't have to fucking steal? Where is the evolved brain that you guys are supposed to have? It's not there. It's not there. Do you understand? The evolved brain is stuck somewhere in an economy that wants to make enough money for the billionaires so they can keep on being slave masters to the rest of the civilization. So, I'm just saying, Mother Earth, she don't like you. She does not like you at all. The sun is fucking sick of you. Sick. I mean, solar flares every 11 years. They're gonna get worse. Every 11 years. It's hot. It's one of the hottest summers we've had since 2000 and let's see, 12. 2001, 2012, 2023. That's next year. And you know what happened on those dates, right? So yeah, I wake up like the song said, and I look around and say, what the fuck? Because studying the tribal cultures that I did, I did it for fun. I went to school. I hardly graduated. I did a fucking half a year at Queens College, man, Queensboro College. I couldn't stand that shit because it was all garbage, economy and it was all garbage. And it was just like, it's okay. I don't need to know this stuff. I could just like pick it up when I'm running through it. And all they're teaching you there is how to compete and make as much money as you can before you die. They don't tell you how much time you're going to spend making, protecting, chasing after, building, making. You have enough. We have enough. You have 3 cars now. Okay, 3 cars now. Junior needs a car, so we can give him that car. You know what I'm saying? Or the opposite is like, oh shit, I don't know, man. We can't afford. You gotta tell Junior, we can't afford another car, man. We already got one already, and the other one broke down. And said, what are you gonna do? I ain't got no fucking money. They just laid me off. Yeah. That's the other side of it. You know why I'm sure that my soul is not human and it's Arcturian? Because, okay, the one thing about karma that you maybe don't understand because they never taught you this, and they'll teach it to you somewhat in Buddhism and Hinduism, but somewhat, not fully, and not fully they grasp it either, that karma itself is just a means for you to understand both sides of anything. If you understand what it feels like to be shot and to actually do the shooting, if you understand both sides of it, then you'll never shoot anybody again. You understand? So you understand both sides of it. Once you understand every side of something, as a programmer, I had to understand every side of something to be able to create this software, right? So once you understand every side of something, then you no longer have to be in this civilization, in this 3D realm, and you ascend out. Your soul ascends out into a higher dimension where there's no death. We're basically where we create bodies wherever we go, and it's just completely different than here. You know how I'm sure of that? Because I can come up with the conclusion that money is fucking the one thing that is destroying the civilization, and you fucking idiots, it's a sword in your back, and you idiots don't want to pull the thing out. I can come to reason with that because I can understand both sides. I can understand the rich guy's side. I can understand the poor guy's side. I can understand the middle class guy's side. I can understand them all, every single one of them. Now, what is the one thing that is fucking with every one of those people, except the wealth class, is money. Because the wealth class uses that thing just like the slave master used the whip. to enslave the house slave and the fucking field slave, which is all it is. House slave, what's it? Slave master, house slave, field slave, right? Let's see. Wealth class, middle class, and poor class. Get it? Did I say it right? Slave master, house slave, and field slave. 2,000, about 750 million, and then 7 billion poor. That have been controlled by these 2,000 wealthy people that say, did they realize yet that this is all an illusion and we're making ourselves feel more, and then they're making us, we're making them work all that stuff so we live a wonderful, how many houses do you have, Jeff? And they deserve it because, they created this company that goes around and just rapes people and just uses the money that is empowered by Satan to go ahead and just continue enslaving the rest of the world. And I made a lot of money doing it too. That's great. I deserve it. I give half a year I give to the poor. You know what? Giving money to, especially the wealth class, giving money to poverty is like, again, one of those completely idiotic and stupid things. I mean, a fucking ape in a suit could come up with a better fucking plan than that, right? Right? Because since wealth creates poverty, all it's doing is like taking all the money from poverty and saying, okay, here's half back to you. So instead of raping you, every day, I raped you every other day. So that's what you look up to. Go ahead, keep on looking up to them. Because one day you'll become one of them. One day you'll win the lottery and you'll become a billionaire. Now actually, to become a billionaire, you have to have a parasite stuck in the back of your neck from another dimension that's controlling you and ripping every fucking ounce of decency and understanding that since you create the poverty that we try to eliminate, guess what? If we eliminate you, then there would be nothing to create the poverty. And we'd all be middle class. We'd all be equal. Get it? But no, since wealth has to be wealth, poverty has to be poverty because wealth is there. Wealth needs something to fucking push down to the ground and say, yeah, look what I am. And the middle class is in the middle going, whoo, I'm glad I'm not poverty, man. It's like I like to be the wealth class, but as long as I'm over here, I'm going okay. Like I have kids and they grow up into the same system, and the same system, right? And so one or two things happen. Basically, this happens for an eternity, right? This never stops. This is the way we are. For into the future, we always program each other and compete. Way into the future. That's hell. This every day is hell, right? Because hell is basically, stress-ridden fucking demons, slicing, cutting at your fucking skin. You're working, doing something that you did that you have to repeat over and over for the eternity, right? It's either that or it's a planet that's about to become too full. And I used to live in Manhattan, right? I'm not Manhattan, in New York, right? And I used to take the subway from Queens to New York, to Manhattan, right? To work. And I remember when the subway comes to come in, right? And all of a sudden they're that packed with people, like just so packed, and the doors open. You're like, can you fit just one more? No, you can't fit one more in there, no? Okay, I'm gonna wait for the next train then. And then you wait for and the same thing happens. Like, damn, man, how many trains I gotta wait to get on here, man? You see, when this planet gets full, which it is about to, this is Mother Earth. You don't believe me? Ask her. Say, Mother Earth, do we have too many people on this planet because souls are not ascending because the wealth class is keeping them stupid and forcing them to come back as slaves for them? And she'll say, yes, they are. So once we reach that 8 billion mark, that's when she starts to wake because she starts feeling really discomfortable. And when she wakes, things like, let's say, fault lines shift from where they weren't to where they are. Oh, what do you mean? Manhattan never had a fault line? Let's see, what else will happen? Things like asteroids will actually, this is another close one by, but it's never going to hit the planet. That's when the universe starts actually aiming at you instead of just, when you shoot a bullet, right? Shoot a bullet, right? And if you're not a murdering animal killer that actually kills the animal, but you want to scare the animal away, you shoot the bullet up into the air, woo, and the animal runs away, woo, 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 right? So you imagine the universe, right? Takes these asteroids and throws them at the fucking and the planet and the Earth. Like, all right, you think they realize this time? Yeah, let's see. Oh, another close one. No, it was only, but it was still 2 million miles away. Another close one. We got this one. A close one. There's nothing that's an accident in this universe. The universe is a living organism as well that we're part of. Again, it's like we're like the toes that don't want to work together. Honestly, we're the toes that like of the universe. We're the toes that don't just like they don't want to work together with the other toes. Like I don't give a shit, man. Actually, what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to make some money so that I can take over the space, cut those toes off, and then see if I had some toe children to put them there. The universe is throwing these things at you, going like they're still not all right. And God's like, all right, well, you're gonna have to hit, man. I don't know what to say because it's coming close to that date. That Kali Yuga ending date of 2025, which will happen to coincide with the beautiful 11-year solar cycle of 2023, which will then create a 2-year gap where fucking shit is gonna go fucking really bad, unless today, you change your civilization and you stop fucking charging people to live. You start developing the thing. Let's see, what is your concept of heaven? Okay. Well, let's try to create a heaven on earth. Instead of letting the billionaire class create a hell on earth for us and a heaven for them. Get it? It's a king and queen. It's a king and queen. That's all they are. The kings and queens. And we said, no more royalty, no more royalty. No, we're democratic now. No more royalty. But each democratic party is ruled by money, which is ruled by them. So it doesn't really matter which party you're on. You're both controlled by the same thing that's controlling your children and will control your children until you stop. Until you stop letting it happen. Well, how we're going to do that? Exactly. That's what they've trained you. I'm showing you. Don't go to work. Stop. Stop doing everything you're doing until they no longer have the slaves to work. You know, the beautiful thing about that story about Jamaica, how the marijuana plant got to Jamaica from India, the British brought it over to because it made them work harder. But because when they smoke marijuana, all of a sudden they realized, holy shit, there's 2,000 of us, and there's 150 of them with guns. We're in terrain, my man. We're in terrain that's very much like Africa, you know. It's like there's hills here, you know. So what we're doing now is say we don't attack them. We just turn around because we're not slaves. We're warriors and slaves. We have to get back to our warrior roots. Those mountains, those are like the ones from Africa. I remember. I was a very small child when they brought me over, but we go there. And we stay there until they leave. They look at them boots, look at them coats, look at them guns they have. They can't climb mountains like that. Let's go. Boom, and 2,000 slaves that was born in from Africa and Jamaica, they turned around, went to the hills of Jamaica, and just sat there, man. That's the whole of growing their dreads and becoming part of that island, because there was no natives of that island in Jamaica when Columbus discovered it. And they just sat there, and then the British came up with the guns and said, "Hi, mate, you have to come down here back to the sugar plantation. We need the workers. Stop fucking around. Just come back here. Poof, poof, poof." And you know what they did? They picked up rocks and started fucking throwing at him. How do I know this? Because I was there. Okay. Rocks throwing at him and throwing him. Get you mother! You leave this land. This is our island now. You get out of this island. You leave right now, or we'll fucking kill you, man. And what can the British do? It's like, we can bring more people in, but you know what? This is not getting very good because all these mountains. I didn't realize Jamaica had so many like mountains and stuff like this, blue mountains, and like I don't think we'd be able to get like the horses and everything, up to fight those guys. So let's just leave. And that's how Jamaica got its independence from Britain, and all those slaves were freed. Okay, just walked away and didn't do anything. And when they tried to get him, I said, "Hey man, you ain't got no right to tell me I have to go anywhere. Don't worry, the police are not the wealth class. The police are the poor class that got into a little bit of a middle class to be able to be the protectors of the rich." So once they start realizing this, they'll be like, "Oh fuck it, man, I'm not gonna protect these guys. Don't worry. Don't go to work. I'm not going to work either." Because once that's done, you see all this bullshit, the economy and the corporate and the money and the banking and the insurance and the pharmaceutical and all this crap, all this kind of just collapses. And these billionaires just fall to the ground. And then you as a civilization, then smart you have 2 years to do it. Smart you then walks into these buildings, and instead of recreating that same monetary system that enslaves everybody, and then there's a rich, middle class, and poor, rich, middle class, and poor, section 3, a caste system. Instead of doing that, do an equal system, a tribal system where it's equal. Everybody gets it's the main purpose of your existence on this planet, to make sure that this planet that you're living on, that's allowing you to live on, is taken care of. And then these souls that are reincarnating through with bodies are then understood. They understand what they need to understand to then reincarnate out. Because 7 billion, there was a million of us. Then there were 2 billion. There was 3 billion, 7. Why is there 7 billion people on a fucking planet? Huh? When the process is, oh, they're just dying. I'd go into heaven afterwards. Do you think there's 7 billion souls in heaven just flying around? These are souls that did not reincarnate properly. They did not ascend. Some of these souls are thousands of years old that are stuck here because of the wealth class. And if you happen to be Buddhist, but you see, they can control the reincarnation cycles now. They taught, if you don't believe me, the Tibetan Book of the Bed, man. The Tibetans know how to control the body dies, and how to control that reincarnated soul to come back into a grandchild, or come back into something that's being born. Boom. To have it part of the family. They learn that, and they're able to do that, and they're able to do it to the poor class. The poor class is basically always poor. You never get a poor, you never get a poor, even though this is karma is the other side, it still doesn't work out the same way. You never become middle class, you never become wealth. Wealth is a boom, they got a fucking gate around that shit. No reincarnated souls become wealth unless we allow them in here. That's the bloodline wealth. And then the middle class is sometimes they're poor, sometimes you're getting, but most of them are the middle class, because you got to keep the house slaves. When the house slaves have children, you're not going to send those children out to the to the field, right? You got to keep them as house slaves to be working, and they become even more obedient to your master, right? They're the ones that teach you. Then they get to learn. They learn to read. It's not a field slave, but they got to learn to read. I was also a slave, yes, that was brought over. The house slaves don't see. They can teach their children how to read. The field slaves don't know how to read, but their own children read, and then their own children are going to teach the white children how to read. Get it? Woo! And then they become teachers when they're free. Dumb is given to them. So yeah, I mean, walk into this building and then do it the right way. No money. Take the monetary system completely out. Pop it out. Take it out. No money. No, we have to have somebody. No money. One country does it, then other countries have to do it. Other countries see how well that country does it, and then every other country does it. Then the world does it. What do they call intentional communities. These communities that are intentionally, they don't have money inside. There's still money outside. And eventually the inside doesn't work, because the outside, they still have to pay the outside. So even though there's no money inside, outside, and then all of a sudden people are running away with money. Hey, I gave you $50,000, baby. Where you going with my money at? So that's the whole problem, is that so if the whole planet doesn't become rid of this virus called money, and it is a virus in your system that is basically blocking you from ascending out, and souls from ascending out of here. Because the slave class, the slave masters, the billionaire class, the wealth class, the billionaires' wealth, same thing. 2,000 of them. They're the ones that are controlling the process, because they're telling them all they're going to die and go to heaven. You're going to be poor this whole life, live a shit life, working 12, 13 hours a day for 50, 60 years, and then you're going to die and go to heaven. God's going to be like, woohoo, great, thanks for doing that for me. That's what you're telling them. So they never learn, and they never know. That it is, and yeah, this is how I know that I am not, my soul isn't human anymore, because I already went through this shit. I reincarnated at 15 something, I think it was. When the mines disappeared, 11 million of us disappeared. We really didn't disappear. We created a portal that got us out of here before the Spaniards came and slaughtered us. So we didn't disappear. They in their history book, it says 11 million Mayans were slaughtered by the conquistadors of Spain. It's like, no, nothing. They wouldn't be. They just knew that it was going to be an issue and problem, and they developed the portal to get out of there, and then they're living comfortably somewhere else. I'm not going to tell you where, but but I at that point reached my level of understanding everything so much and every side of it that I left. So I come back now and I tell you that I'm not human because I understand your side and my side. The thing of it is the one thing, okay, that we have to focus on, right? It is the one thing, is the thing that has no monetary value, is the thing that has nothing that can be corrupted, right? The one thing. Taking care of the planet and us. Taking care. We're here to learn, we're here to understand both sides of something, learning it, and then we send out of it. It's a school, and there's, first you had 100 kids in second grade, now you got about 7 billion kids in second grade. Why didn't these kids graduate? Well, I don't know. I guess we didn't give them the right reading material. Let's just bring them all back to kindergarten, which is what's going to happen to you in the next 2 years, as this planet is wiped off from the parasites that are on the planet, sucking it dry and trying to, because you'll never do it. As soon as that's what I mean. If you think, oh, we're killing Mother Earth. No. You're not killing an organism that's so way more advanced than us that she can at any point create a storm and wipe us the fuck off within a second, man. She didn't need the asteroid. It's the universe fucking throwing the asteroid, going like, did they see that yet? No? Shit. Well, I'm gonna have to tell Mother to watch. Ask her where she wants me to throw it. Where do you want me to throw it? In the water first? All right, I'll throw it in the water first. That's gonna create like waves and stuff, those tsunami things. But if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to hit a land somewhere, because they're gonna have to learn that either they think about what they're doing to each other as a one living organism, not individual nations, and you can keep your traditions, you can wear everything you want, just stop fucking putting borders around a fucking planet that doesn't belong to you. You get it? Nothing on this living organism belongs to you, and she expects you to understand that. And when she realizes that there's no chance in hell you're ever gonna understand that, she's gonna wipe you the fuck off, and we're reaching that point in the next 2 years. That's the messages that I'm getting. I'm not writing a book. I'm not trying to make a movie. I don't give a shit about anything. Money, no. What I'm trying to do is do this because God, Mother Earth, the trees, the sun, the universe, they're all telling me, yo, tell these assholes this shit, because if not, guess what? They ain't got much time left. Oh yeah, but there's always been like in the time scares, like there's been a 2000, yeah, there are. And those are all like, let's see, even the one 2,000 years ago with the guy you end up crucifying, and then creating a religion on him. Say, what did they do? I don't know, man. They held me on a cross, right? They led me to death, and then I don't know. They created some kind of like religion where we went out and slaughtered the people that were taking care of the planet, man. Really, yeah, converted them to following me. I was like hanging on a cross, bleeding to death. God damn, that is, hey, are you going back down there? Hell no! I ain't going back down there. So you got 2 years left. I'm trying to say this as many times as I can, because they're asking me to do it. You're not hearing that? That's because you got that cap on. Put your ear really close down to the ground and ask the question to Mother Earth and see what she says to you. What would you say if you had something drilling things out of your body, sucking the blood out of your body? What would you do to those things, huh? Would you let them stay there for indefinitely, for eternity, just to suck you completely dry? Okay, that's great, guys. Thank you for sucking me real dry. Or would you wipe them the fuck off? You have 50 more years before you get the electric cars that you could have had 50 years ago, huh? 50 more years before you had the electric cars. That's what the oil companies wanted, because they need to maintain, a strong grip on the money situation that the business class, and then as we convert to the electric class, then we have to find ways to make a whole shitload of money off of these humans the same way we did on oil, using this. So you take money out of that equation, normal money, we share everything. You have some smart people, some high, the people that have maybe the caps are removed and maybe their brain's working a little bit more better, walk into those things and decide that, hey, if we don't pay anybody anything, that means nobody owes us anything, and then we don't have to waste this time paying and receiving, paying and receiving, paying and receiving. And instead of, maybe like, how many, I worked at Ernst & Young, right, for a year. How many, Ernst & Young accounting firm, let's say, their employee base is like 280,000 employees worldwide, Ernst & Young, 280,000 employees, woohoo, right? All basically protecting money, serving money, sucking money's, licking money, praising money, yeah, money is a thing. If there was no money, that accounting firm would be gone. And those 208,000 people, let's see, maybe they could be figuring out the cure to cancer, man, which is too expensive, right? And all the cures that we need are too expensive. That's because we have a limited amount of people that we give an education to, a limited amount of people that we pay, and then we have a budget to be under to make sure that we'll never find the cure to cancer. Get it? But if you had 7 billion people working on it, guess what? You'd probably figure it out in no time. That's directly from God to me, to you, man. So I'm doing this because I need to get this out as much as I can. If you're not listening to me and actually hearing me and actually understanding me, then okay, let's go away. Next, somebody else watch this, please, because I need more star seeds activated to push this process out in the next 2 years, or we're all going to be okay, but they're going to be brought down back to the creation, back down to kindergarten, and the guys start all over again, just like they have. I'm not even going to tell you how many times guys tried this, and the same thing has always happened. They never were able to choose. They never were able to choose spirituality over greed, and that's why you crucified this guy over here 2,000 years ago. You crucified him because you chose greed over spirituality. Get it? He fucked with your marketplace. He fucked with the things that made you money and made you the things that traditional things, the things that are the establishment things. He fucked with that stuff. And then what you do? You crucified him. So you chose those establishment things and money and then those things over somebody that's giving you some really good knowledge. So hopefully that would help. When you handed him back to God went like, what the fuck would you do to him, man? Hey, we crucified him, and now here's his body back now. It's like he's got some, but thank you for sending him down to me. He's your son, right? Well, you're all really my children, but I'm starting to wonder. It's impossible, right? It's impossible to turn this. Oh, there's the sun. Thank you, sun. See, even the sun at this point, the sun, it was cloudy as hell. The sun just came out. It's acknowledging that what I'm saying to you, it's telling me, oh, yeah, please repeat to them. If they don't do it in 2 years, then they don't have the 50 years to make sure it's good, it's done. So. When you reach a boiling point where these ticks on your body are like sucking the blood out of you to the point where you're a little anemic, you're a little, and what's going on, man? So I didn't notice all these ticks on my body, man. It's like it's sucking the blood out of me. Holy shit! What's the matter? Oof. Can you guys stop, please? And then they stop. You go like, you wipe them off, and that's what she's gonna do to you. And how do I know? Because I've seen this happen a lot of times, man. There's been a lot of civilizations, and it's different up there. It's different in different dimensions. 5,000 years for you is a couple of weeks for us, the equivalent of a couple of weeks. There isn't really no time, but so I've seen this. This is one of those things that, oh man, again, shit again, and then when I come down here, of course I have to live the reincarnated lives to get because it's always a different when you come into a different dimension, you come into a different framework of being raised. I mean, when I got to Arcturus, I was like, what do you mean? I don't have to be a child now anymore. I can actually just, this is me and it's gonna be me and you can just form yourself in anything you want. That's what but here when I came back down here, I'm like, what the hell? And at least when the tribal cultures where I was in my past lives, at least there I got, okay, I understand. At one point in my existence, I'm gonna have to see that shit again. But then every lifetime I forget it. And then this one is like, holy shit, what am I? I'm some Italian kid that came from Italy when I was 5, and I grew up fucking really poor. And then I became a programmer, and now I'm like, what? And throughout it all, I was a musician, but I was too scared to be a working musician. Or was it because I didn't really like the money that was involved in the creative process that is music? Yeah, I mean, then it's like, oh, what the fuck, man? It's like, oh, I got sick. Activism, I got sick, flu shot. Oh, sound healing, it makes you feel better. Oh, yes, I understand now. I understand so much. Thank you. The chakra system, the energy, connecting with your higher self, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, when cap off, oh man, whoa, holy shit. All right, so remember, if any people watching this actually came to my meditation sessions, remember when I said that you connect to your higher self, you connect to your multidimensional selves? Well, guess what I'm doing right now, and I have been doing for a while now. Because, I was trying to teach you guys that and show you guys how to do it, to the point where it just came right through me, and all of a sudden, like, that, and the cap coming off is like, boom. And this is where I am right now. This is what I've been doing for the last year and a half. And I'm not doing it to fucking make money. I'm not doing it to make myself, showy and be, look at me, I want to drive around in a Ferrari and watch you guys all at me. I'm not doing it for any of that shit, because I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit about saving your fucking stupid souls. Why? Because God has asked me, and the sun had just asked me. Now that's actually like a little eye right now, kind of winking, like, good job, man. And the tree that gives me oxygen is asking me that. And Mother Earth, and I repeat that, Mother Earth is asking me to tell you this. And if there's anybody out there that doesn't put their hands on Mother Earth and hear the same thing, guess what? There's money involved. Because if there wasn't, there would be nothing to corrupt it. The need for power and all that could go away very easily by putting intelligent people in place. Stop producing the things the weapons that can kill each other, and start producing. Imagine if the cells of your own body started developing weapons, like the toe developed like this nuclear thing that would just take out the entire knee. It's like, all right, we got the knee. Let's go and conquer the knee. You think cells of the body do that? Why the fuck are you? You think there's a heaven where you're gonna go to that they do that? So why the fuck are you doing it here? Why? Because you're in training for hell. On that note, I'm not even gonna play anymore. Have a nice afternoon, guys. And don't forget, we got 2 years, two plus years, and counting.